In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that will help you stay more disciplined.
I believe I can fly.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Mikey Show, where we educate, motivate, and inspire you to achieve your goals, maximize your potential, and live your dreams. In the last video, we talked about how accountability was the key to achieving our goals, and part of accountability is having self-discipline. So I want to break it down using the whiteboard and do a little mini lesson. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that we can do is actually write down our goals. So write down. Now, the reason why this is so important, I'm going to use the mountain metaphor to explain this concept. So at the top of the mountain, this is your goal, right? Your goal is to climb to the top of the mountain. You're over here and you're looking up at this like, ooh, this is you. And you want to get to the top of the mountain. That is your goal. But if you don't actually write down your goal and you don't know where you're going to feel lost. Like, what path do you actually take? Because have you ever gone hiking? Not every single path leads to the top of the mountain. Sometimes there are other mountains over here, and you may be going hiking over here, then you're lost in some kind of mountain, and then you start going in these woods and you don't even know where you are. So writing down your goals is going to help you stay disciplined, because every single day you're rewiring your brain to focus your attention on the actual goal. So if you know where you're going, if you have a vision, if you write down your goal and you're going to see this, you're going to, let's say this is the path here that you want to take, you're going to be way more disciplined in actually following through to climb up to the mountain to reach the peak. But once again, if you don't actually know where you're going to feel lost. So the first thing that you can do is just write down your goals. Research has shown that you're way more likely to actually achieve your goals if you write it down. Plus, another benefit of writing down your goals is literally the discipline you are building by writing them down every single day. Like, part of the process is actually writing it down, because once again, you're putting it at the front of your mind. Consciously, you're thinking about it, and then also subconsciously, which is even more important, because we run off our subconscious mind 95% of the time. Subconsciously, we're always going to be thinking about our goals because we have them written down. So get in a consistent habit of just writing down your goals every single day. You may think about this stuff too. You may think, oh, you know what? I want to get an A on the quiz. Okay, great. And maybe some of you can get by, just pure luck or talent, or, you're already kind of disciplined and you're able to get by without writing down your goals. But once again, this is about building discipline in all areas of your life. So by writing down your goals, not only are you going to increase your odds of actually achieving your goals, you're also going to be building a really good habit of discipline, and you're going to be gaining more clarity on your vision on a regular basis. So it is extremely helpful. It is such an easy thing to do as well. I don't know why you wouldn't want to write down your goals. So write down your goals. It will definitely help. All right, number 2 is commit to the process. You really want to commit to this process. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, of course, that's obvious, but my issue is I don't know how to commit to the process. That's the issue I'm having. Okay, so we will break that down, but you want to get into the mindset first of telling yourself and having a mental framework around the process more than the destination itself. You want to have an equal balance. The first step was, hey, have a goal. You need to have a vision, right? That's step number 1. But then step number 2 is you have to understand the process. And this is where a lot of people get caught up as well. They're like, well, I don't know how to take action, or I can't commit to action because I keep failing, or I just keep procrastinating, things of that nature. So we're going to be breaking that down right now. So let's say this is the trail that you're going on, and this is point A. This is where you're starting. This is point B. Let's say you walk over here and you come across an obstacle. Are you going to turn around and just give up? Well, some people do. Plenty of people give up on their New Year's resolutions. Plenty of people just give up on their goals in life. Plenty of people stop growing and they stop pushing themselves and they stop trying to learn new things or learn new skills. So yeah, a lot of people do fall back and just give up. They don't have the resilience, or they don't really have the passion or the motivation to keep going. But when you frame your brain and your mindset to commit, what you're really doing is committing to a growth mindset. Now, I know people, they have this weird relationship with the word growth mindset, but the way that you actually talk to yourself, because let me take a step back for a second. We really have 3 fears. I mean, you can argue that there's way more fears, like fear of spiders, and like if you go deep into psychology, yes, there's more than 3 fears, but I'm talking more like personal development kind of stuff. We really just have 3 different types of fears. It's a fear of loss. You can say the fear of success and the fear of failure. And you, like I said, there's more fears. I'm not saying this is the end all be all. Like you can even add a 4th one, fear of regret. There's a lot of different things that we have in life, but these tend to be 3 of the main common ones. Loss, you may lose out on something like FOMO. If you start a business, you may lose all your money. If you get a new job, you may lose stability in your career, whatever it is. Success, fear of success could be, hey, if you become really successful, there's more pressure, there's more responsibility, and people are afraid of that. Like, oh, I can't handle it. I'm not good enough. I'm not confident enough with myself to really be a leader. And they have a fear of that, so they don't want to grow because they don't think they're good enough, or they don't think they have the skills or the capabilities. Or fear of failure, where they want to go for things, but they feel they're afraid to fail and look like an idiot or look stupid or be embarrassed. So these are a lot of different fears that hold us back. And when you have this negative self-talk or these limiting beliefs about yourself, that's going to hold you back in the process. That's why so many people give up on their goals and their dreams. But when you commit, you want to have a growth mindset. You want to change the relationship that you have with failure, because that usually is one of the biggest ones. Okay? If you don't know how to commit to the process, you want to change your relationship with failure. You really want to see it as an opportunity to learn. Now, nobody wants to really fail, but at the same time, you learn a lot by failing. If you don't do something well and you suck at it and you just fail and you don't succeed in achieving your goal or getting that accomplishment, you can learn from that and ask yourself, okay, what didn't I do well? Or what did I do well? What area can I improve on? And you start asking the right questions that's going to give you insights into yourself and what you can do to actually improve and take action. So in order for you to commit to the process, you have to have a growth mindset. And you need to frame this whole entire experience as a journey. But if you're going down this path, right, you're walking down this path and you're faced with this challenge right here, you're going to have the resilience and the fortitude and the mental toughness to persevere, and you're going to be able to go through. And if you can't go through, you'll find another way around. That's the commitment to the process, where like you're going to fail, you're going to screw up, you're going to maybe lose out on something, or something may happen along the journey. It is hard. But if you commit to that process, it's only going to make you stay more motivated, because you actually gain more dopamine in your brain by focusing on the process. So you gain more dopamine in your brain on the pursuit of the goal. When you're focusing on the pursuit, which is the process, right, getting into a flow state, which is the most addictive state that we can get into as human beings. When we get into that flow state, when we focus on the process, we focus on the task at hand, we focus on our goals and doing the work, we're going to gain the dopamine, which is the motivation molecule that's going to keep us driving and moving forward. So if you really want to be disciplined, and you're not going to be perfect 100% of the time, that's fine. You got to accept that and embrace that. But when you're committed to the process, on the days that you do fail, on the days that you don't do your best, on the days where you fall down, you're going to have the resilience to get back up because you're too committed to the process. So that is step number 2. Step number 3 is to make a mission statement. This is extremely important because along your journey of the mountain, if you don't have a real purpose for actually climbing up the mountain, you're going to be way less motivated, and as a result, your discipline is going to go down. Your motivation is going to go down, and your discipline is going to go down. And if you think about all the great people, like Kobe, you think about like MLK, you think about Nelson Mandela, you think about Michael Jordan, that's not really an M, whatever. If you think about Michael Jordan and all these great people in the world throughout the history of time, they all had a mission. You know, they were just on a mission and they saw it as a journey. Like, I am so committed to this process and I want to do something great with my life. I want to make an impact. I want to contribute. And it doesn't have to be as huge as like changing the world. It really doesn't. It could be something as just like, I want to be the best person I can be. I want to wake up every day and be my best and do my best and grow and get better and improve. That could be your mission, right? You don't have to overthink it or complicate it, but think about your mission. When you focus on what you love plus what the world needs, that equals your mission. For me, my mission and my purpose is to inspire people to believe in themselves, to achieve their goals, to maximize their potential, to discover their greatness, and to live their dreams. And living your dreams is a whole philosophy. It's about doing what you love, embracing the journey, embracing that process. Your goals are your dreams. And to enjoy that process, enjoy that journey to the climb, to the top of the mountain. When you get to the top, celebrate that. Be proud of yourself, and then raise your standards. Go climb another mountain and have a mission statement at the same time. You want to be committed to a purpose or to something, an idea, a philosophy, like a movement, something that's greater than yourself, something that you can contribute in this world. So having a mission statement is going to give you the fuel to just stay disciplined throughout this process. Because once again, when you're going up this mountain, you're going to run into challenges along the way. You're going to face adversity and obstacles. And are you going to have the drive and the commitment and the purpose and the motivation and the determination and the perseverance and the grit and the resilience to keep pushing through? You will if you have a mission behind it. If you have something that's fueling you, of course you will. But if you don't have a mission statement, you're going to be far less likely to actually do it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like changing the world or anything. I mean, that's great, but it could just be as something as I want to be my best. I want to do my best every day. You know what I mean? It could be something like that. So what you can actually do, practical advice, once again, next to your goals, if you put this up on your wall and you're like writing out your goals, have your mission statement there too. So you look at that every single day, and eventually this just becomes a habit. I used to write this stuff down every single day, and I don't really write down my mission statement anymore because I just live it. You know what I mean? I used to write a gratitude journal all the time. I don't do that anymore. Why? Because it's just a natural habit in my mind. I've rewired my mind. Your neural pathways within your brain, your belief system, the way that your brain communicates in your mind, once you rewire that stuff, it becomes very natural. It becomes a habit. It doesn't mean you're perfect all the time, right? There's always growth. You're never going to be perfect. Your mindset will never be perfect. Your belief system will never be perfect. Your life will never be perfect, which is why it's all about growth. And whatever your mission is, just write that down, and eventually it will become a habit. And your mission can change over time. Like my purpose and my mission, it changes from time to time, but you really want to focus on this, and it's going to drive you and help you stay disciplined. So if you do those three things, let's zoom out here. If you do these three things, if you write down your goals and you actually focus on what it is that you desire and what you want to achieve, and you start writing that down and you start tracking that, write it down every single day. Okay, have a game plan. And if you want to know more about goals, I have a little PDF file down below, a link that you can click, and you can write better goals, and you can follow that for a guideline if you need help with goals. Then number 2, commit to the process. Literally frame your mind to think about it. You can use the mountain metaphor. The mountain metaphor is a proven psychological framework that they use in positive psychology to help people increase well-being. So you can use that as a way to focus on the process, to focus on the journey, so it helps you stay more resilient. It's actually going to increase your dopamine, your motivation, and your drive in life. And then another thing is to focus on the mission statement. Write that down. Think about what you actually love to do and what the world needs. And that's your mission. And you also want to think about stuff that you're good at too, but that's another conversation. And if you do all three of those things, you're going to have way more discipline. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, let me know below. And also, if there's anything that you want me to talk about in further detail, like let's say resilience or setting goals, you want to know the different types of goals, the strategies behind it. If you want to know a little bit more about mindset and how to actually rewire your brain, like take those limiting beliefs, those negative thoughts that you have, and change your relationship with them so you can actually create new and better beliefs that are more empowering, let me know. I can create videos on that stuff. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.